This is a true story from around 1808, a story so extraordinary that many who first heard it refused to believe it. Yet the events were recorded by men who knew the survivor personally, and for more than 2 centuries his escape has remained one of the most remarkable tales in American frontier history. The American frontier was a vast and unforgiving wilderness. Beyond the settlements lay endless rivers, mountains, forests, and open prairie, where a man could travel for months without seeing another soul. Among those who ventured into that dangerous world was a mountain man named John Colter. A veteran of the Lewis and Clark expedition, Colter had already explored some of the most remote lands in North America. He spent years living on the frontier as a trapper, hunter, and explorer, traveling through wilderness few Americans had ever seen. His courage and endurance were already well known among mountain men. But in the summer of 1808, while trapping along the Jefferson River in present-day Montana, John Colter and his trapping partner John Potts suddenly found themselves surrounded by a large Blackfeet war party. The situation turned deadly almost immediately. Potts was killed beside the river. Colter was captured. Most men would have expected the same fate. Instead, the warriors chose something different. They stripped him completely naked, no rifle, no knife, no horse, no food. Then they led him onto the open prairie and gave him a head start, not to escape, but to be hunted. Barefoot and exposed beneath the summer sun, John Colter began running for his life across rocky ground covered with prickly pear cactus. Behind him came warriors determined to bring the chase to an end. Every step tore at his feet, every breath burned in his lungs, and every moment brought death closer. What followed became one of the greatest survival stories ever recorded on the American frontier. For 6 miles he ran. He escaped by hiding beneath a massive raft of driftwood in an icy river while warriors searched directly above his head. Then, naked, barefoot, and alone, he traveled more than 250 miles through the wilderness. For 11 days he survived on roots and whatever food he could find. Against impossible odds, he reached safety, and he lived to tell the tale. This is the story of John Colter's run.
In 1808 that year, along the Jefferson River clear, John Colter trapped the mountain streams far beyond the settlers' dreams. With John Potts working by his side, they drifted with the summer tide, when warriors suddenly filled the shore, and nothing would be the same anymore. Was killed beside the stream. A trapper lost a broken dream. Colter stood without a chance, surrounded by the warriors' advance. They stripped him naked in the sun, then told the mountain man to run. No rifle, knife, or horse to ride, only open prairie, far and wide. Run, John Colter, run for across the cactus sharp as knives, 6 long miles beneath the sky, with death itself close behind. Run, John Colter, don't look back, across the prairie's endless track. The frontier watched a legend born that summer, Montana morn. Flats tore at his feet, prickly pear beneath the heat. The pounding footsteps drew near fast. One lone warrior gained at last. His breath was fading, strength was gone, yet still he pushed and struggled on, until he turned to face his fate, knowing death could not be late. himself close behind. Run, John Colter, don't look back. Across the prairie's endless track, the frontier watched a legend born that summer Montana morn. The warrior stumbled, lost his ground. His spear flew wild and spun around. Colter seized it where it lay and fought for life that desperate day. One single strike beneath the sun, the deadly chase was finally done. Then toward the river swift he ran, still hunted by the Blackfeet band. Into the freezing stream he dove, past every log and branch above. Beneath the raft of driftwood piled, he hid there silent, cold and wild. The warrior searched throughout the day, walking above where Colter lay. He held his breath and dared not move, trusting the river to conceal the truth. Run, John Colter, through the night, holding fast to life and light. No blanket, weapon, horse or guide, only courage at your side. For 11 days he crossed the land, roots his food and fate his hand. 250 miles alone until Fort Raymond brought him home. The mountains whisper even now of one who would not break or bow, and every western river runs, remembering John Colter's run.